Hi, welcome into my channel, my scientific channel. I discovered that the stars are close and they are not what you are believing at this hour, and we can go to the stars. So I started a list that I'm taking on some internet. Guys, this is the way I'm filming myself. I'm not filming myself like straight, like this. And I started a list, and on Dr. Becky, I made already 3 videos. This is the 4th video because she made a video, like 17 minutes video about Webb Space telescope, and she commented some pictures from James Space telescope. So I took on her because it is false what she is saying. But she is liking to say that she is a doctor, so I'm going to tell you my credentials.
So by now you've probably seen the gorgeous array of first science images released by NASA from the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST. And I think when they were first released yesterday, we were all just a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit lost for words. Soak in all the atmosphere and take it all in. So let's dive into the science.
My name is Gheorghiu Mircea. I'm from European Union, from Romania, and I have 33 years old, and I studied philosophy and physics here in my country. So, but I discovered that the Big Bang is false and many things fall down like this, but nobody believes. So I started as to compare where I'm saying with some other guys on internet. And if you are listening carefully, you will see that they all are speaking the same stupid story. So, but I had a remain from one of what she is saying from a video. I commented already the Southern Ring Nebula, but she is saying that in Southern Ring Nebula is at 2,000 light years away from us.
Next up, let's head back into our galaxy, the Milky Way, to the Southern Ring Nebula, the remnant of a sun-like star 2,000 light years away.
So then she's saying that you can pick up in background some galaxies, and if you watch close, she very carefully she's indicated 3 galaxies in the cloud.
What amazes me as you look at this image, which is, focusing on something in the Milky Way, is the amount of then background galaxies, billions of light years, that you can then pick out in the background of the image that weren't the main science focus of this image, but it's like bonus stuff in the background. Like there's 3 background galaxies in this top left corner alone.
So how you can have in like a 2,000 light years an explosion that she said that it is explosion. It is not. I'm telling you the way the star functioning, and the galaxies in the same region. You can be blind and you will see that these are in the same region. There's the cloud that she's saying that is explosion of Ring Nebula, and in the clouds in the border there are 3 galaxies. This is what it is proving that the galaxies are stars.
Then we've got this image of the galaxy cluster SMACS 0723, the light from which left 4.5 billion years ago, which is magnifying and lensing these background galaxies, which you can see are redder and they're stretched out. And the light from those galaxies has been traveling anywhere from probably 11 to 13 billion years before it got to us. You can also see lots of like bright stars in the foreground as well that are in our own Milky Way galaxy much closer to us. And like with the Southern Ring Nebula before, I feel like you could just keep looking at this image for hours and hours, keep finding something new and something new to say about that new object you found as well. It feels like, in the background of JWST images, there's no longer going to be like any blank sky or empty space. There's always going to be something to look at.
Not every light must be round, spherical. Not every light must be spherical. So in that clouds there are stars, and they are luminosity clouds. Like this is what galaxies are. So, but I already spoke this before in my previous videos. In this video, she is mainly speaking about some gravitational lensing. So So she is saying that it's 4 billion light years. I always will tell you this, and this is my motive in my videos. You cannot put only one day in the middle. Light diminishes with distance. Everything that we can see has one day in radius. Our galaxy is a sphere like this, and in the middle it is the solar system with all the planets: Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Neptune, Pluto, and all the satellites. 50, 18, 100 pieces, and Pluto, and everything is inside, and the solar system. And at the border, like this, they are full of clouds, and we cannot see. And this sphere has only one day with the speed of light. So what she is saying, that everybody said that they are gravitational lensings. She's showing a glass.
I actually want to highlight in this image this faint glow around that central galaxy cluster. That's actually known as intra-cluster light. It's the gas and dust between the galaxies that's glowing very, very faintly, but JWST has managed to pick it up. And because this cluster is so massive, it bends space and can act as a lens, brightening and magnifying the light from the background galaxies in the same way that if you take a stemmed wine glass and pass it in front of the light from, say, a candle, the light from that candle will get bent into these arcs. And from the positions and shapes of all of these stretched out arcs that we see across this image, we can essentially make what's called a lensing map to then work out, well, where is all of the matter distributed in this cluster? Essentially get a map of where all of the mass is. And there's always more matter than we can see in the light, even correcting for dust, which we know is shrouding some of the light, which is what the mirror image of the same cluster can reveal to us as well. Even correcting for that, there's way more mass here than we can see. And so yeah, this is just more evidence for dark matter. So this image being much more precise than the previous image we had of this patch of sky with the Hubble Space Telescope allows us a much more precise lensing map and a more accurate dark matter fraction and knowledge of where the dark matter is distributed to.
Like, and she's showing that through that glass, the light bands, and then she's saying that with that cluster of galaxies is bending pure space. This error came by the Einstein time, and they attribute this to Einstein. From Earth already, from Einstein time in 50, you could see these bendings like this. And you see that it has surface bendings. They are not mysterious. You bend the surface, like she's showing the glass. It is not correct to showing the glass and to presuppose that the pure empty space void, it bends. It is not correct. And these bendings through her glass of what the glass is, they are like this. Look, I bend the surface and light bends, you see? It means that there is a surface there, like this. And in that surface there put stars, because they are identifying the stars with our sun. They are believing that every piece that it is light must be spherical and must have flames. And you see that does not have flames. Look, this is not burning. Look. You see, it's not have flames. They were remaining stupid that their stars are made from gases by the Laplace time. I will always tell you this. So the gravitational lensings are material lensings. Like this, you bend the surface, you obtain some lensing. You cannot obtain lensing through Einstein. They put this to Einstein. Like, this is gravity, force equal mass times acceleration. G, big G equal mass times G, small g. And this will not curve space, empty, pure space. But if you want to hear from me, like science, like now I'm going to tell you right now. Light is defined by some space and time. Like this acceleration, or if you take this equation, energy 1.5 mass times velocity. Velocity is a space over time. Space and time. So if you bend space time, you bend the mass, you bend the energy itself. So you do not, through curving of anti-pure space, you are believing that you are doing nothing to the matter. It's like you bend this, you crush it, you destroy it, you destroy the energy. Because the space-time, it is in the equation, inside light. The light, like this, the light has the space-time in it. The time, it is relative, because the space-time is in the object. This is one of the way of how Einstein spoke, even though I believe he is wrong in his equations, okay? So, but the space-time, it is in the light, in this energy of light. It's defined by frequency and a way of movement and the mass and space and time. So inside the equation of light exists a piece of space and time, like this, like velocity. Space that it is percourse by light, and this space, it is in the equation of light. So if you bend the space and you bend the time, you bend the energy of light, and you destroy this. So you can speak like crazy cretins, imbecile, but if you bend light, you could bend it like to explain it with a glass like this, and then you say that you bend pure space void. If you bend pure space void, the space time, it is not exterior only, it is in the object. Light, it is not like there are two space times, one in the object in light, energy light, and one in pure space. There are two spaces, and the space of light came through the space of empty pure space. There's in the equations of physics. In bending time, it means that you bend the concept of energy of time. And you can be stupid, you can say this, but so they invented, but it is false physics. False, totally false. So what are that bendings? Exactly like how she is showing. Through a glass, from known material. You cannot bend pure space through some known material. Life, it is curves like this, through material. The space, pure space, it is not bending through any equation. They saw this by the Einstein times. There was telescopes from the Earth, and they saw this bending of light. And they attribute it to Einstein, like Einstein himself, because he used the Riemannian circular mathematics. And he correlated the space with time. This is what should tell you that by correlating space with time, and you bend the time, you bend the object itself, you destroy the concept of light. So when the light goes through a bendy space, the equation of the light bends, and it will not come to you anymore. It will be destroyed, if you understand. So what they are gravitational lensing? Exactly like to forces, like to surface. This is showing, this is proving, like pictures like this in Hubble. There are many pictures like this. These are, it is a proof that there's matter there. And the known laws of physics show that the light, it bends through something. So our galaxy is a sphere and surrounded by clouds of matter. You cannot see them. Only when they are being illuminated, like in a night sky, you cannot see the clouds. If there is black and darkness. Maybe if you are staying only in the city and you are stupid, you do not go somewhere when it is darkness to see, you do not see the sky, the big, full of clouds, you cannot see them. So our galaxy is a sphere, the solar system is inside this one day with the speed of light. Light diminishes with distance, like this. So you cannot see that object for billion light years, only one day with the speed of light, 26 billion kilometers. There's matter there, and all what you're seeing are stars. And I'm telling you from Isaiah the prophet again, from the Bible. Woe to them who call light darkness, darkness light. If you see a light and you name it darkness, what it is darkness?
Also, I really enjoyed the chat that we had on our big sort of collaboration Slack channel as well on the day that this was released, because we started zooming into some of these background galaxies, and we spotted that some have this distinctive 8-point spike shape that's inherent in JWST images that I've explained before on this channel. I'll link that video down below. And essentially by spotting that, we know there's something very bright in the center of those galaxies, bright enough to cause that sort of distinctive 8-point pattern that's caused by light traveling through the optics of the telescope. And so we know there must be, again, a growing supermassive black hole in the center of these systems, like what we saw in that mirror image of Stefan's quintet before, but perhaps just not quite as bright. And if we consider the distances involved here, again, it's just incredible that JWST has been able to pick out that is there, even at those distances, considering the fact that, I mean, it would be faint to other telescopes, but apparently not to JWST.
Your stupidity, because she's saying that this kind of like this orange star, it is a black hole. So it's a black hole, and then she shows again from Stephen Hawking, quintet. So I told you that Stephen Hawking, it was lying. That is not correct science. That the black holes do not exist. But if you identify in Stephen Hawking that it's a bright, she says like this, a bright star. It is bright light. So if it's a bright light, it is a black hole, and an orange light, it is a black hole. What is a star? What it is a star? The black hole produce light. So Isaiah prophet, the prophet says, woe to them who call the light darkness and darkness light. So you see what they are there like this. That in two ways it is demonstrated that there are clouds there. There are clouded stars. The light is not coming directly to the camera, but through a surface medium. And this is correct physics, not crazy physics. Like they suppose that it's a black hole that is light. And I'm telling you, in the reality, if you block light with something, you see like this, that the stars blocked. And the stars, it is not obligatory to be spherical.
NASA also released some near-spec spectrum of a few galaxies in this image as well, and those we really drooled at. Like, the amount of detail is incredible, and it's what allows you to pinpoint the distance that the light has traveled from these galaxies and how much it's been redshifted by. I mean, they're so much sharper than even a spectrum you would get of a very nearby galaxy from like a ground-based telescope as well. Again, just revealing what JWST is capable of. So essentially all of us can just, you know, go and squirrel ourselves away and work out, well, how do I want to use JWST now that I know what it can do to help me answer some of the science questions that I'm trying to answer in my own research.
In Giordano Bruno in 1400s identified the stars with the sun, and you're too stupid like this. And Laplace said that the light must be produced through gases because they had street gas lamps. And there new electricity, light electricity. So now you have it. You presuppose that all the stars have flames like our sun still, like that crazy dudes. So a star, it is not obligatory to be spherical, and it you not obligate the light to be burning. You cannot obligate the light to produce flames. So what you are seeing in two ways, I've told you, that Bendix prove to you that there's matter there, and this that the blocks in all the all of the picture, it blocks the light. It demonstrates again there is clouds. They are not. Every light is black hole. So what is your science? What is your science? Just words. So I've told you that it is at 1 day with the speed of light. It is shocking, not what I'm saying, but what these guys are saying without formulas. And I'm telling you, the physics is like this, and they are lying. And von Braun made a rocket that goes in space. That's engineering science, and you use that to falsify this. The rocket does not use this, but they words falsify this, the science, real science, the force equal mass times acceleration, G big G mass times G small g, kinetic energy 1.5 mass time velocity, and Einstein equation, that I'm saying that it is false, or only applicable at the energy and mass of the light. So, I've told you science. If you do not listen, this is why I've started this channel. I'm saying like a tea science. I have here a black tea with mint and milk. So this is where I started this channel. I discovered that the stars are close. We can go to the stars. That our galaxy is not a sphere. I discovered that our galaxy is not a spiral. It is a sphere. So, and we can go to the stars. If you understand that the distances towards the stars are 26 billion kilometers, you'll understand that the space stations, that Artemis mission is important. The International Space Station is very important. That Tiangong Space Station is very important. And everything that we can do to go to the planets. But if you say that these are billion, trillion kilometers, somehow they are dead and alive. Alive in the picture and dead if you watch 4 billion light years. You do not know how the universe looks. And I'm telling you, these are all lies. Light diminishes with distance. And this is simple but true. But you do not make from light darkness. This is, if you do this is a sin, my friends. So we can go to the planets. We can colonize Mars. We can terraform the planets because they are important. But if you are continuing to lie this crazy science, you show glass and then you say that the empty pure void space is bending. Like, you do not understand that you embed time in the equation, you destroyed an object. You do not understand that the energy, it's a frequency defined by the space and time. When you bend that, you destroy the light, and the light will not come to us. You will destroy the atom by bending the time of the atom. You do not understand. If an atom will go through crooked space, that you curve the space, pure space, the atom will be crooked. You'll bend the atom, you'll destroy the atom. How we will know it at this with the atom? How do we know at this? If you take the hydrogen atoms, if you take the arrangement of the electron on those strata, like probability of the strata of the electron, you destroy this law of the atom. So if hydrogen atom will go through curved space, you will curve the orbits of the electron and the energy of the electron, and you will curve the atom and the you understand? So why do you want to be stupid? That is two proofs that there's matter. A normal one, you go and put a lantern in a water, you will understand. The light bends. And all what you see are stars. And light bends like this. This is normal bending. Not gravitational lensing and bend. Crazy stuff that have only words, not formulas. Bendings of Einstein. Yeah, what Einstein did? Where is the bendings in equation of Einstein? Let's see let's see where is it. Energy, how energy bends. How you bend mass. How you will bend the speed of light. How do you bend it? If it is a frequency and it moves like this and you will bend it, how do we do to it? So if you want to be crazy, my friends, this is why I started the channel. We can go to the stars. We can only see like this, and you do not understand how big it is. From Pluto, 20 billion kilometers full of stars, because the stars are smaller than the moon. 90% of the stars are smaller than the moon. Goodbye, God bless. I'm saying like a tea science. I've told you already. A black tea with mint and milk. This is the way I'm filming myself. I'm not filming myself straight. I take on internet, guys, to prove to you that they all recite the same bad poem, like Baudelaire, Fleur de Mal poem, and they do not have any cover in equations. They are saying the old stupid story all over in the internet. And I'm telling you, it is time for us to reach these planets, to terraform them. They are extraordinarily important. And we can go even to the stars. This is why I've started the channel. I compose music for space missions. This is my passion. But it is my second, my passion, okay? But this is why I started the channel. To explain to you that all the planets drift. That our galaxy is a small galaxy, a sphere, and this is why I started the channel. Goodbye. God bless. Like, share, and subscribe. We must distribute this to be found by the entire planet and all the professors of physics to realize and to not be crazy with crazy science. Goodbye. God bless.